This video tutorial looks at the mathematical strand of probability, and more specifically we're going to focus on our understanding of compound events and sampling with and without replacement. It's important to understand that compound events are events that have a combined probability. When we talk about combined, we mean they multiply the probabilities together. Alright, and they can be either independent of each other or they can affect each other, which means they are going to be dependent on each other. An example of independent compound events would be rolling a 6 on a normal six-sided dice and then flipping a head on a normal two-sided coin. We know that rolling a 6 on a six-sided dice is 1 in 6. We know that flipping a head on a two-sided coin is 1 in 2. Therefore, we're going to end up with a probability of 1/12 because they are independent of each other and we multiply. So the probability is 1/12. An example of a dependent compound event would be if you randomly chose a red card from a deck of cards. That's 26 out of 52 chance. And then you wanted to randomly pull or choose a black card from that same deck of cards. The deck is now only 51 cards, not 52 cards, because we've taken a red card out. All right, so we now need to multiply these. We can cancel down our first fraction of 26 over 52 to 1/2. Makes the maths easy. That gives us 26 over 102. We can then cancel down, if we wanted to, which is 13 over 51. Of using compound events. So in our first example, it says here, or first question, it says the probability of spinning a green and then spinning a 4. Now, if we're going to use these spinners here, we have a 2 in 5 chance of spinning a green, and then we have a 1 in 7 chance of spinning a 4. So therefore, the probability of spinning a green and then a 4 is 2 in 35. In our second example, it says the probability of picking a red marble and then a green marble from the same jar. Well, the probability of picking a red marble is 4 out of 6. And then picking a green marble is now 2 out of 5 because we're using the same jar. We've taken a marble out already. That's going to give us a probability of 8 out of 30, or we can cancel that down to 4 out of 15. On sampling with and without replacements a little bit already, but we're just going to do an example with it. So if we've got the jar of marbles that we've used earlier with the red and the green, it says find the probability of picking a green and then a red with replacement. Replacement means we put it back. Okay. Without replacement means we keep it. So in our first example, we're going to put it back. So we need to choose a green. So we've got 2 in 6. And then a red. We're going to put it back. So that gives us 4 in 6. Which gives us 8 over 36. Which we can cancel down by dividing both by 4. Which gives us 2 over 9. In our second example, we're not going to put it back. We're going to keep it. So a green, we've got 2 in 6. Times by then 4 over 5, which is going to be 8 over 30, or as we found out before, 4 out of 15. Here are some practice questions I'd like you to have a go at. Please feel free to pause the video. When you've had a go at them, you think they're correct, continue the video and we'll see how you went. Okay, so let's see how you went. The first question says determine the probability of spinning a blue number. Well, the chance of getting a blue number a blue on our first spinner is 1 in 5. We then need to multiply it by an even number. There are 1, 2, 3 even numbers, so that's 3 over 7. That will give you a probability of 3 out of 35. The second says, using the brown bag, determine the probability of the following. A red ball is picked, replaced, and then a blue ball is picked. So a red ball is 5 out of 7. Times by 2 out of 7, which is 10 out of 49. The next question says a red ball is picked and not replaced, and then another red ball is picked. So we have 5 out of 7, it's not replaced, therefore we now have 4 out of 6, which gives us 20 over 42, or we can cancel that down to 10 over 21.